first thing when I saw that it says women and girls, my first thought was, are we trans being accepted? Yeah? Why? Because most of the time when it comes to any discussion or any projects or program or even funding, right? Trans people are mostly not included, right? And the definition of how women's supposed to be and what women's supposed to be has always been a challenge for us, the community.
And now, time is left, but this presentation can all
UNDP, UNICEF and so forth to come together.
About knowledge, how it is out there, direct access to numbers.
I think really what I mean when I say advocacy is that one aspect that needs to be addressed is how to change public perception, how to change the public narrative. So the arts is a way to connect the activists to the public realm, and that is done through storytelling, whether it's through music, through dance, through song, to documentary theatre, through documentaries, to events, through musicals, through TV, through sitcoms, to film. These are the ways that public perception changes, because the public gets emotionally invested in a story. If you want to control people, you tell them a story. So, of course, the government is a bit suspicious always about a story that they cannot control. Artists tell another story. Artists are concerned with people around them. They're concerned with what's going on the ground. Government tries to control a narrative that they want you to have, especially when you have a government which is basically oligarchs and capitalists. They need a workforce, an obedient workforce. Whereas I think the artist is not interested in the obedient workforce, they're interested in humanity.
I believe that any form of art is basically important in addressing issues, and we ourselves, Parastu, we use theatre to address most of these issues. The reason why I believe that theatre is the best form of bringing awareness is that within that 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes of the show, you are sitting down, you are seeing all sides of the story and what people are actually feeling in that moment.
Our funding has never been easy to get because of what we do, but it's the public which has always come with us. I mean, when we first started off, people said the company won't last more than a few weeks, and now it's 35 years. And I think that's completely because of the public. They bought tickets, they came along. But of course, over the years, it got harder and harder to balance that budget. We cannot just make theatre anymore with ticket sales. And so in the past, actually, I've always had to turn to international funding from Prince Claus Foundation, for example, or organizations outside the country. And recently, I've had to go and work in other countries in order to make that money and then come back and do something here.
Firstly, as refugees, we are not actually allowed to be working in Malaysia. So it's quite a challenge for us to individually get funding. So there's always someone else have to be our partner in order for us to be able to apply for any funds and all of that. There are questions whether if it's a refugee-led theater or if it's a refugee-led organization, how long can this last? That's why a lot of times they don't also give us funding.
To be honest, I've met donors, right? Even international donors, right? And whenever I talk about trans issue with the so-called women funders, they will listen, but they will not want to include us.